Quite some time ago, I had several letters asking me if it would be possible, when Segovia arrived in Australia, to invite him into the homes of some of the people. And I'm so happy that I'm now able to do this, because he has granted me a little bit of time in a very busy schedule. My word, you've been flying back and forth in Australia, haven't you?
Yes, I went to Perth, and from Perth back here, and now I go to Hobart, and from Hobart to Sydney, and so forth, until the end of my tour here.
You don't get tired with all this travelling, Mr. Segovia?
Well, I am accustomed to.
All your life you've done this?
53 years.
Oh, my goodness. And you get these packed houses wherever you go?
Yes.
This must be very gratifying to you.
Really, because my effort to raise the level of the guitar in the musical world has been very successful, fortunately, and I succeeded in having the Philharmonic public to listen to the guitar throughout the world.
The thing that fascinated me was the utter quiet.
Yes. Well, the public realized that without being absolutely quiet and silent, they could not hear the instrument, and if they came to hear the instrument, they have to remain quiet and silent.
So you expect it of them, and you get it all the time.
Yes. Right.
Mr. Segovia, how do you feel about people coming in late during concerts?
During the concert is a great pity, because for them some of the works are lost, and then they distract the others.
Yes, I've often thought it would be much kinder if they came in at an actual interval.
Well, that is to ask them too much, to punish them too much, yes.
Because after all, one does have trouble.
Between one piece and the other, and while the public is applauding, they may enter, of course. Do you usually have your concerts in a town hall? Do you ever give any outdoor concerts at all? No, only in few festivals in Europe. In Europe there are a festival of Granada and the festival of Aix-en-Provence, where usually the concerts are given in the open. But this is exceptionally.
And do you play with other instrumentalists ever?
No, always with mine. And I have three, and I play one of them in all my tours, 1 year, and the next year I play the other, but always the same.
Actually, what I meant, Mr. Segovia, was do you play with any groups of musicians?
No, I play with orchestra, symphonic orchestra, concerti, which have been written for me by the composers. But otherwise, always alone.
And this you've been doing ever since you developed this particular art?
Ever before my birth.
Yes, it almost sounded like that to me.
Mm-hmm.
So very, very gentle and beautiful. It reminded me of a harpsichord.
Don't say that.
No? This is the wrong thing to say. Now tell me about this. Why?
Because the harpsichord is, so to speak, a kind of guitar which has caught cold.
Well, now, you probably know it very well. I don't, you see. And it was just the gentleness of the music that brought that to my mind.
No. The harpsichord is always metallic, and the guitar never should be metallic.
It certainly isn't when you play it.
Mm-hmm.
And how many instruments do you carry with you?
Only one.
Just
Yes.
always the one?
Only one.
And your schools, do you still have schools in Spain?
No, I have no. I have in Santiago de Compostela, the northwest Spain, we founded an academy of high musical studies for piano, composition, cello, guitar, voice, violin, history of music, and then in that place I teach during 1 month or so. Before that, I used to do the same thing in Siena. But now I prefer to rest and to go to Santiago.
And what do you enjoy doing when you're not busy giving recitals?
Well, studying the new pieces and reading. I am very fond of philosophy, history, and art, and so forth. And this is the only thing I do.
And your guitar really has taken you round the world now, hasn't it?
Yes, I took her, and he took me, and she took me.
And when you're traveling, do you ever write any music of your own?
Well, this is a sin that all the musicians commit, and I do. I compose sometimes,
I thought
since I am a singer.
You didn't play anything in the concerts?
I never play something by me.
At a concert? This
No,
is just
no,
something
yes.
that you do for your own?
No, even not in the concert, even in the intimacy. I amuse myself very, very much composing. Then I give the composition to the publisher, and I forget. To such an extent that sometimes when one of my pupil or another fellow plays something by me, I am surprised because I like it.
Mr. Segovia, do you get pleasure from other instruments, listening to them?
Oh yes, I have a pleasure to listen to any kind of good music, not bad music. Good music. Because the most interesting thing is music. The instruments are secondary. The music is the most important thing.
Yes, I was delighted to find that even here in Melbourne, there was no question about the town hall being booked out without practically anything being said. And in a day such as we're living through at the moment, there seems to be a lot of bad music about, and it's...
Yes, that is a curious thing which happened to the guitar, that the public, the philharmonic public of the entire world, has taken the guitar as a kind of consolation for the bad music that is spread out everywhere.
The sound that you get from your guitar seems so full and so beautiful. How do you feel about the ones that they have to amplify? Do you feel that...
Oh, no. The amplified modify the quality of the the quality of the sound of the instrument. And I never admit a loudspeaker or something to play.
Do you enjoy making recordings?
Well, yes, it is necessary.
Yes, it is. It is certainly for us, because it lets us hear your music when we want to hear it. We had to wait a long time out here for you to come in person.
Yes, the record is either a herald of the artist to come or a souvenir.
Of course, if you hear records, it prepares you and makes you want the artist to visit.
Or it is a souvenir of what you have heard.
Yes, of course, there's that wonderful way of looking at it too.
Mm-hmm.
And when you go back, do you have a regular recording session, or do you just make records when you feel like it?
in New York always. I make all my records in New York.
Mm-hmm. And naturally, you choose what you will do?
Oh, yes, of course. I have made already 15 long playing
records.
Yes.
Yes. And what about your concert tours in Europe? Are they a planned thing, or do you do those when you feel like it too?
No, every year in the autumn, because at the beginning of the winter I have to go to North America. Then in the autumn and sometime festival during the summer. But in the autumn I play in Scandinavia, Germany, Italy, France, and so forth, and the whole Europe. West Europe.
I see. Well, many artists are receiving invitations to go to Russia.
Oh, I too, but I prefer to
stay.
I prefer to wait.
Yes. Well, Mr. Segovia, I know that there are people wanting to talk to you, and you've been very gracious. Thank you so much for speaking with us.
Thank you very much.
May we look forward to another visit?
Oh, yes, certainly. In 2 or 3 years I will come again.
Oh, that's lovely. Thank you so much. You have been listening to Segovia.